Hi, welcome back. Glad to be with you again, talking about your subject here, instructional design and IT-based media, where we focus on talking about the different terms in the past session. We are talking about different terms of English, English proficiency, and English language teaching. Now, we'll talk about the potential of English. How is a language potential developed to be competence? This is a very important thing for you to understand. We know that English is one of the major language in the world. Okay, not only English but also other languages such as Arabic. It's also the major language spoken in the world because most people embrace the religion and other languages as well. The most important thing for you to understand is everybody is given potential on any languages. So no one has no potential on language because why? As we know, that language has a purpose. Okay, everybody is given potential of all languages. Okay, so that is the perfection of human creation. Okay, every human being is given languages, all languages in the world. Okay, as we know that who creates the languages in the world? Okay, of course, the creatures, the God, the Almighty. So when we find it in Al-Quran, Arum 22, we will understand that languages in the world are created by Allah and dedicated to the welfare of human being. Imagine if we don't have languages in the world. Okay? So what are the languages for? If we are talking about English, what is the English language for? Of course, the language is used for communication. Imagine if we don't have languages in the world. If we don't have, imagine if you don't have Indonesian language. Imagine if we don't have Japanese language. We have no Arabic language. We have no Chinese languages. We have no Japanese. We have no Portuguese language. So what happens? So of course, the communication will not happen. Now, in order to make us communicate, so of course we have a means called language. So all languages have been given to us, the potential, and then there is the purpose of communication. What is the communication for? Communication is very important for us to get information. We will not obtain information if we do not communicate. So that is the importance of communication. And the basic tool, the basic means that we need for communication is language. Okay, so that's why English is one of the languages in the world. What is the information for? The information is very important for us to gain knowledge. We will not get knowledge if we got no information. So how do we get information? There is a communication, spoken communication or written communication. And what means we use to communicate? Of course, language again. So all of us, everybody, have been given potential on all languages. Okay. Now by knowledge we will understand something. And it is the higher level of intellectual, humans intellectual. While even animal has languages as well, but they are getting information by instinct. Okay, to make us understand easily, we'll need media. So that is the role of media here, to make us understand easily. When we want to access information, and in order to get information understandable easily, so we need a media. Imagine now we are in the high-tech era. We are now in the technology era. Of course, the media will be based on technology. Okay, so before I said to you that we are given potential of all languages, we don't need to worry about that. But one thing that we have to do, how to develop the potential to become competence. Of course, we will need some kind of learning process in it. Okay, so nobody is stupid in Japanese. Everybody in the world has been given potential in Japanese. Nobody is blank in Arabic. Everybody has been given potential in Arabic language. The one thing that we need to understand is we do not have, or we do not yet develop the competence in Arabic. We do not yet develop the competence of English appropriately. Okay, so in order to develop the potential to become competence, it is process. Now, the process plays a very important things in the teaching and learning. Okay. So when we get competence, of course, by this we will understand many things, and then automatically by the process it will build our character, okay, personality and attitude, and we will understand many things because behind the language there are so many things that we will understand. Okay, the purpose of learning a language is not just to understand the grammar of the language, but the most important thing, what is that behind the language. Okay, so when to understand something behind the language means that we have literacy competence. Okay, so of course in teaching learning process it depends much on how teacher select the material learning content. Okay, so when we look at from the beginning, okay, from the question, how is a language potential developed to be competence, right? All human being has been given language potentials, okay? And the language potential are developed to be competence through a process, okay? The language potential or the languages given to human beings uh, is very important for communication. What is the communication for? Communication is for getting information. And by information, we develop knowledge and understanding as well. To make the information easily understood, so we need some tools which is called media. And the technology era, we will need a technology-based media. So that's the point of your lesson today. Hope you enjoy it. Thank you. Assalamualaikum, and see you again in the next session.